Welcome back. We are here for the Between Secrets in Lavender, episode 6. We enter in to have everyone narrate the Mask of the Sharpened Glade. Each hunter describes a flashback to a time when they took a sheltered moment alone, somewhere peaceful, only to be forced out of it by terrible circumstances. Whomever would like to start.
I can start. Um, so we'll start out somewhere in a mountain range, probably the Alps, like gorgeous vista, all the mountaintops, snow covered. The camera zooms in onto the small resort. Like it's not that small actually. But it's isolated. It's clearly a resort. There's a little place for the servants. There's a place for the coach, space for the coaches. The main house is big and made mostly of stone, but also some wood. Camera zooms in and finds like a salon where people are lounging around. Basically, rich people. They are very well attired. You can see the camera zooms in on Mordecai, who sits at a piano, no, at a grand piano. He is he is as pale as you know him, but he has an eye patch, so you can see only the golden eyes of him. I have decided that he has to have mismatched eyes. I forgot that in the original description, but he does. This is the one covering the gray eye, and he's playing the piano, and people and the servants come in. They are bringing a hot drink that is kind of foaming with fog or something. This is kind of the kind of trick that you sometimes get at restaurants when you have a cup of something hot and then it like foams out. And everybody's like, ooh, and ah, and people are very impressed because this is not quite normal. Mordecai is looking over like, oh yes, of course, this is just a chemical trick, it's nothing. But he's also smiling in an indulgent fashion, like, yeah, it's nice to be among people who will be impressed by this. And he plays, and then you suddenly hear a horrendous scream. And followed that is a high-pitched, mad-sounding cackle. And the guests are more like astir. What's going on? And then the door flies open. A man stands there, bloody mouth, dripping, blood dripping from his chin. Ruffles also covered in blood, and he grins, and you can see the fangs. And then there is, of course, pandemonium, and Mordecai is like, oh, fuck this. And then he takes off the eye patch. You can see the gray of his eyes are actually the weird shimmer of the creatures, the entities. And he stands up, sighing, like, really? And I think we can stop this now because, yeah, this won't be a resort for much longer.
From the Alps to the Rockies, uh, see a small campsite, uh, little tent, uh, neat ring of stones for the fire. Uh, Fire's not large, but large enough to warm oneself by, cook a little dinner. And Ellie, with her shoulders more uncoiled than you have ever seen her, sitting on a piece of log next to the fire, and not really doing much of anything. Just kind of just kind of enjoying the evening. It's uh it's a mild night and sound of occasional birds, and then the sounds stop. And Ellie is alert, very abruptly. Twig cracks, Another sound from a different side. And Ellie knows they've found her. And the only thing to do now is run. And she does.
Felix is walking through a gambling den after it's been closed. The tables are worn, everything's been cleared. There are games that have been set aside. And he's just happy with the quiet. No one to ask for blessings, no one inviting him to another game, no one cloying for attention. And he pours himself a glass from a carafe of wine, and he looks up at his masterwork, the large tapestry, the small, unfinished corner, just taking in the silence. Then he downs the wine glass and takes the masterwork down from the wall and wraps it up in canvas. And goes out to the balcony and looks over the city. Constantinople's been under siege for about 50 days now, and the armies are looking like they're getting ready to break through. And he knows that this city will burn. There isn't much hope or opportunity here anymore. It was nice for a time, but there are other cities.
In a bamboo forest in ancient China, we see the red of a fox as Jiayi is sort of playing by herself in the forest. She is doing sort of a thing where she is like trying to catch her own shadow, knowing that she never will, but it is as fun as any game to play. We hear the rustling of the leaves, the gentle, not quite creaking, but the gentle groaning of the bamboo in the wind, and distant voices. Jiayi tilts her little head, the fox snout sniffing in the air. Her hackles raise, but before she can do anything, an explosion. The wood crackles, the leaves ablaze. She is thrown away by the force of the explosion. We see her like tumble off a cliff. It's violent, and as she looks up, it's still burning. This is the time when China is at war, three kingdoms all vying for power, and in its wake, nature burns.
And as the flames burn, we have the introduction to your show, and we enter in and close up onto the door. Front door of Hargrave House this morning. Maybe we phase through and we see you all this morning doing whatever you're doing. What is happening here at Hargrave this fine morning, or fine as it is? You have a new house guest. Where do we find you all this morning here at Hargrave?
Ellie's in the kitchen, drinking coffee. And instead of sitting nicely at the table, she's kicked back, got her feet propped up on something, uh, legs crossed at the ankle, just getting a, I won't say gentle, but kind of a gradual start to the day. Mostly looking relaxed. Something about the shoulders tells you she's not.
I think Mordecai comes into the kitchen from the garden. He's wearing whatever you wear when you work in the garden, like black trousers, a black shirt, and he's currently just going to wash his hands because they're a little earthy right now, and he has maybe a scratch or two on his hands because he had to wrangle the forest pot into some secluded area there. And he looks around and decides that asked Ellie if she would mind him joining this coffee for a coffee. Because while he's British, he also drinks coffee occasionally.
Question before you two engage. Did you wrestle the forest pot by yourself, or did you have your new apprentice join you?
If she was up for it, in any way, shape, or form, yes, I would have her with me, of course.
Or was she with Jiayi this morning?
She could also have been with Jiayi because I think I was a little busy with the pot, and maybe she was not quite physically up to wrestling with the forest. And maybe I don't want her to be too close with the forest because there might be still some weird affinity. And yeah.
Okay. I'm just, and then one final question. Would you have noticed her closeness with Jiayi?
Yes, of course, I don't mind. She needs some emotional thing, which I cannot provide.
Okay. Well, 2 pillars at Hargrave House. What could go wrong? No more questions.
But yeah, Ellie will absolutely just motion toward the coffee pot. And yeah, by all means, have a cup.
Thank you. There is this, if you notice this little forest in the flower pot, please do not engage with it. It is still a little bit time.
Okay. That's yeah. I'll keep that in mind.
Felix is people watching, sitting astride the wall between Hargrave House, the streets of London, and the garden behind the house. Could he have helped with the tree? Yes. Did he? No.
I would not have invited Felix to help with the tree, honestly.
Felix would not have accepted even if you did.
Very good.
But just watching the people of London go back and forth, go about their issues, and just taking in this city.
And I think Jiayi is, of course, giving Nora the grand tour. Yes, this is the library. I know it does look very ancient, doesn't it? I don't know who built it. And then over here we have the saloon, and we just go like that. Oh, no, that's Mordecai's room. We are not allowed in there. This room, you'll probably get away with it. Felix's room, well, I go in there all the time, but I don't think anyone should. And I think we just like continue like that.
Come back to that a little bit later. Let's go back to the kitchen. What's going on with Ellie and Mordecai?
We both need to move, right? I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. So I think Mordecai will inform you that he has taken he and Jayi brought in Laura from the little blackbirds because she got a little too close to the forest, and she has, in Mordecai's opinion, a little some affinity for the supernatural, and he would like to, or that I will not switch now. That I would like to explore that a little bit. She's also very good friends, I think, with Jiayi, which is a good thing. I think because she is young, and I think she needs emotional support.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I'm not sure that Hargrave House is the place to look for emotional support, but
Jiayi was willing to provide it.
okay.
And I will not gainsay her capacity of this. He sounds a little doubtful, but fine.
Looking at my cup. Coffee is not what I need this morning. I
Yeah.
don't need to amp up. I need to mellow things out, I think.
Mm.
Uh, you ever hit the pipe?
I do not partake. I'm afraid if I get too mellow, the entities get too frisky. And that is, well, that can have unfortunate consequences. I don't think we want that to have that in the kitchen.
No, that does not seem, pardon me, not seem like a good idea.
But I will obviously have no judgment if you do.
Question is whether Ellie's just gonna hit the pipe in the kitchen. Probably not. She not really the space for it. But I have a feeling that she's picked out one of the lesser used rooms of the house and just made it her own little den. She's more often goes out, but I think now and then she'll indulge at home, but eh,
Who's to say that there isn't a little recess off of the kitchen that maybe Ellie, imbibes a little bit?
yeah. Yeah. The opium nook. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, since Mordecai doesn't mind,
No, Mordecai does not mind, of course.
then
I
Ellie
think he might look askance at the nook and then tell you that right now, he has the feeling. I have the feeling that I need more open space around me. I was a little too closely connected with the forest, and he did not like being imprisoned in a pot, as you
ah,
might imagine.
well, garden then?
It is in the garden currently. Yes. Felix does not seem to have an interest, which leaves me oddly grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure that would be a good idea.
I'm not sure what he could mess up with a forest in a pot, but I'm sure he'd find a way if he really wanted to.
Mm. I don't know. The whole forest thing, I'm glad that got resolved. I don't need to hear the details, but I'm glad it got safely tucked away.
Yes, yes. The garden is safely tucked away. The girl is safely tucked away for now.
Good.
Have you made any inroads on this vampire thing?
Yeah, I had a close encounter with it. Middle of the
Oh,
day.
okay.
There's an alley that's dark enough that it can be out.
Oh,
And little brats at the Limehouse school tried to feed me to it.
wow. How enterprising.
So we know at least one place that it sometimes can be found. And
Wait, you did not, well, it's not up to me to judge. But he looks a little he looks a little like, what? How did it survive that?
got the drop on me, damn it. Uh,
Ah, yes, that can happen to the best of us.
and I admit I was not expecting it to be active at that time. I was thinking I was just going to go look at a crime scene.
I see, I see. Yes.
So, not having uh not having tangled with vampires before, I was under the impression that being daytime, it wasn't going to be a threat. I was wrong.
They usually are out in the night from my experience and from my studies. But also my studies tell me that not every myth about vampires is true or not true about all of them.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Goodness knows there are enough myths I've seen disproved.
Mm, yes, often not to the advantage of those who try to disprove them.
Yeah.
But they can be destroyed if you find a way to rip off their heads. They are usually quite inconvenienced, at least.
Very few things function well without a head.
Yes.
At least things that started out having a head.
Yes, indeed. But well, yeah. I'm trying to think now of an example of something that would work well with the head severed, but I cannot readily come up with one.
Can't think of any examples either. I just like to leave that loophole because you never know.
Yes.
Something out there might.
Um,
But yeah, we're gonna have to clear out Limehouse. Can't have that running around.
yeah. Would you invite me to ask you about your past because it's your voice?
I mean, the new rules basically says that whoever's vice it is can freely talk about their past.
Yeah.
There's no invitation needed anymore.
Oh, okay, okay.
There we
So-
go.
In which case, I will ask you if you have tangled with other mystical beings in your past, besides the things we saw in Hargrave House, obviously.
Dealt with some ghosts
Hmm.
once upon a time. Well, calling it an old battlefield isn't right. Site of a massacre. Uh, where soldiers decided that wiping out a whole native village was the best way to clear the way for new settlement. That was that would not have been a good place to put a settlement. Uh, while those ghosts were active. I don't think it was a good place to put a settlement in any case. It just any place you
Yeah.
gotta slaughter people. Just not good.
Yes. There are
But
places like this, even in England. But I was interrupting you, forgive me.
oh, no, it's fine. But in the end, I just wound up talking to him. They wanted to be heard. And I didn't fight him, didn't, you know, hammer him down or rip him out of this reality or whatever else some people might do with ghosts. I heard him out. Talked to him all night. And in the morning, I don't know if they were gone, but they were a whole lot less active.
You are very lucky that these people were so civilized, might be the wrong word here, but civil,
Yeah.
rational, I think is the right word.
Yeah, they had every reason to be furious, to hate me as much as any other white face, any other living face. But yeah. I gather that peaceful solutions are rarely possible. But it's nice to know they can happen.
I feel oddly reassured by your experience, actually. Well, that's neither here nor there. Maybe another time. I think that's seen right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's look at conditions. Okay, so Mordecai. It's a too small world. I mean, you're trying to look for space, so go ahead and release it. Discussing it. And how do you feel, Ellie? Feel less prickly?
Yeah. I got that. Got myself kind of mellowed out here.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and clear those. All right, so now, you have the option to discover a clue towards, Limehouse, or if you want to apply it to the new threat, which I'm going to be introducing quite shortly. So that is going to be up to you guys as a table. All right. So I think at this point, maybe Felix, you said you're like kind of watching people between Hargrave House and the garden, I guess.
Yeah. Just laying on the wall, eating some grapes, just being a public nuisance, that sort of thing.
I see. What are you wearing?
Simple clothes, well made, but nothing too ostentatious. Like
Just
peasant garb.
interesting. That seems so anti-Felix, but okay. All right. We'll run with it. Okay. And then I think we'll have, you don't recognize this particular hat. I mean, this particular inspector.
Ah.
Not the usual, but I mean, you do recognize maybe perhaps the hat, like the type of hat, because it is an inspector's hat, and it comes bobbing along like towards the house, and he has a missive in his hand, as per usual, and he looks quite nervous, bringing it, and he kind of spots you on the wall and says, I don't think he recognizes you per se because of what you're wearing, but it says, "Oi, making yourself a public nuisance there. Get yourself down off that wall."
Are you going to make me? I'd love to see you climb up here and try.
I don't have to do so. I've business with this house.
Oh, and who might I say is calling?
Constable Short, if it's any of your business. I have a missive to deliver.
And this missive is?
Are you a servant of the house? He looks you up and down.
A servant? One could say that. I'm acquainted with the people who live here, yes.
Well, come down off that wall, man, and then deliver this message.
Felix will jump down, foot planted on his hat, and using him as a stepping stone to safely land.
Stop that!
Stop what? I was simply complying with the good officer's orders.
To take you in for impertinence. Impudence! What's your name?
My name? I have plenty of names.
I don't have time for games or puzzles.
No. Your missive, very important. Yes. The gate is right this way. And Felix will lead him to the front gate and just open the door.
Rubs his nose in frustration. It's like, are you going to take this letter into your masters or not? I have my rounds to make.
There's a constable short man here to deliver a message.
Constable Short!
Officer Petite is here for whoever.
Sorry, I can't keep a straight face. It's my own damn fault, too. Sorry. I think he just gets, like, pretty pissed off, and he just, like, look, I'm going to go on my rounds. Take this missive and deliver. And then he shoves the letter in your hand.
All right. Take care. Don't fall down a well.
See that I don't see you on the streets anytime soon.
And as he walks away, Felix will go to the kitchen.
He stomps down the street, like you can hear him stomping down the street to close the door.
Close the door, go in and see Mordecai and Ellie wrapping up their conversation, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no doubt you can smell what Ellie's been up to.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely permeating. It's like it doesn't
Figured
stay
that
in the
was the
nook.
reason why Ellie wasn't coming to answer the door.
Yeah. Under other circumstances, she might have gone to gone to the door when she heard Felix, but she's like, yeah, no, not right now. Not a good idea. Too mellow.
Yeah.
And you never know when a constable's going to take offense.
We have a missive and also, I suppose, a citation saying it's illegal to go outside now. Very odd.
Does this citation only pertain to you, Felix, or to the rest of us too?
I don't know. I didn't have anything in writing, so I don't suppose I'll have to remember it.
If it is not written down, I would ignore it. I mean, I'm sure you would anyway.
So, Mads, what is in this missive?
Right. It is hand delivered from Whitehall. God. Anyway, Miswell Hill Rookery is a honeycomb of crumbling slums, arranged in a labyrinth of courtyards, blind alleys, cul-de-sacs, and stinking culverts. There is only one way in and one way out. It's been long a source of moral outrage, stoked by the gutter press and vote-grubbing politicians. Every day, a new, lurid tale about the rookery appears in the penny papers, a melodramatic tangle of fiction and fact. While the great and good look for answers in the new sciences of eugenics and criminology amid the church, and the church blames venality, the locals warn of a stinking corrosive mist that rises from the drains below, enveloping the streets of Miswell Hill. Under pressure to enact reform, the Committee for Public Sanitation has dispatched an Anglican churchman in the rookery, the Reverend Archibald Casaubon, who has not been seen since. The folk of the rookery say the miasma is alive and that it melted the good reverend, even as he clutched the Bible to his chest and called for his God to save him. All that remained was a puddle of liquid viscera and a few scraps of black cassock stuck in the cobblestones. So this letter says that the committee is most alarmed at the disappearance of the Reverend and suspects foul play. Scotland Yard has offered no explanation, being reluctant to send constables into the rookery. And your name has come up as investigators of unconventional cases. So, Mordecai, what about this story makes you think that the miasma is at best, unknown to science, and at worst, something entirely unnatural?
I think the fact that the miasma has only melted the person, but neither the cassock nor is it melting other things around it, that does not tell of a natural phenomenon. I mean, there are acids who can melt things, but they usually are not do not have this much discretion. Also, they don't waft about. So, yeah, great.
Right.
Yes, I would love for Ellie to fight a toxic sewage cloud.
And then, Jiayi, as you walk the streets above their courses, the underground rivers of London whisper secrets. What did they say about the miasma?
I think the river just whispers of the great return.
Okay, so the first question is the miasma generated by human hands or is something non-human at work? Complexity 2. This is a threshold question that unlocks the next appropriate question. So you're trying to figure out whether this is generated by human hands or is it something non-human at work, okay? So, to the Time and Tide is under the Hunters tab, off to the left under Time and Tide. That's, yeah, when you seek the Guardian's Aid, then you go under the water and you do the vitality thing. Yeah, so that's different.
What is the name of this threat?
This is the miasma of Miswell Hill.
Okay.
Yes.
Strange.
And there is a mask associated with this.
Mm-hmm.
The Mask of River's Rage.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, the question is miasma generated by human hands or something non-human at work? Complexity 2. And again, you have enough clues right now to answer the first question, the threshold question on Limehouse Lurker, if you so want. You don't have to. You can still investigate if you choose. But what do you guys want to do for this current day phase? We will take a break in a second, but I'm just curious to know what you're thinking for day phase before we do take a break.
Investigating the Limehouse Lurker is probably Felix's play. Given that last night a vampire tried to claw out of his chest.
Aw, really?
Also
Yeah.
isn't interested in digging through the sewer.
Oh, and then the which vulnerable? I can't speak today. Which threat did you want to apply your current vulnerable move, the Mordecai and Ellie vulnerable move to? Just curiosity.
We were discussing vampires, right?
Yeah, I think that should go to Limehouse.
Okay, go ahead and put that
Yeah.
under as a TBD for sure.
Yep.
So this way you know, and then yeah. Okay, so Felix is gonna head over to
The dog
So-
and whistle and
Oh my
continue to ask questions.
Okay,
Unless you'd like for me to go to Limehouse School.
that is up to you.
Limehouse School. Let's see if I have better luck.
Have fun with those kids.
You all come with?
Watch, they'll love him.
You all come with?
I
No.
mean, it depends. It depends on your luck. I mean, really, honestly, I mean, it's the first time I've really run with the school where the kids are just assholes. I mean, honestly, usually fine. I mean, I don't know what happened. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. Where's everybody else going?
Let's see. I think I'd like to find uh Charlabelle's widower.
Sure. Yeah.
I think
Totally do that.
that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay. He's a dock worker, so you're most likely gonna have to go to the docks for that. Yep.
Oh, we have a friend at docks. I think they're in somewhere. Records. Lim Granby.
Yeah.
Are you also going to be
Oh.
paying a visit to the docks as well, or are you going to go someplace different?
Oh, please. No, this is vampires. I told you how Mordecai feels about vampires. That
Yes.
Ellie can probably get the drop on them next time. And if not, Felix might just seduce them.
Confidence. All right.
No, I am interested in the miasma. I feel we have far too little miasmas in a bottle at Hargrave House. So, I mean, yes. Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to Miswell Hill.
Yep.
Or
let me give you some location.
getting close there at least.
Yeah.
And do we know anyone about from the Committee of Public Sanitation? Because that might also be interesting to talk to them. But no, I will talk to people in the day phase, and I will walk Miswell Hill in the night phase.
Sure. There's a surveyor actually. There's a surveyor that's checking out the conditions over in Miswell Hill.
Oh, fine. That is a person I can talk to.
I will
Maybe.
put you in
We'll
touch.
see.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll go there and pick up whatever I need to, wherever I need to go next.
Okay. All right. So you're definitely going to Miswell. And Jiayi, are you hanging about the house, or are you going to go head over to one of the other places as well?
I mean, the waters are talking to me, and we have a shiny new move that allows me to get information from nature. So I feel like our
Ooh.
fox spirit is probably best equipped to go do that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think she's going to go to the rookery. I think that's going to be very rough for her, but we'll see. We'll get there.
Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's different places
It's
you could
not
go.
going to help London's poison slash blight metaphor allegations.
Well, no, it's not. But I mean, it's going to be up to you, like how you want to deal with this, for sure. Yeah. Okay. So, Felix, you said you're heading over to the Limehouse school, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember, like, again, it's really a workhouse. It's not a school. They're just doing time, literally doing time until they get released out into the world to do labor. Like
More labor.
More labor, exactly. So, in which case, this is what you come upon. This is during the day. This is the morning. Some people look like they're trying, and like some of the kids look like they're like the littler ones look like they might be trying, but then like some of the older ones just look bored and full of ennui and like just marking time until they have to go into actual like hard labor or whatever. And then like some of the teachers are doing their thing and just kind of like making like they're teaching, and then others just look like they're just watching the prisoners. It's kind of sad. But yeah, there is a person here who looks like he's in charge. He's rather frittery looking and such. But yeah, he's fidgety in a brown three-piece suit and doesn't want the kids to touch him.
Oh, interesting.
All right, just go over there to Miss Lolly. She can teach you sewing or what have you. And yes. Yes, Belle. Okay.
Felix will approach this very fidgety particular man,
Yes.
are you the one in charge of these investments, these
Did you
wonderful walking opportunities?
Did you change, or are you still in peasant garb?
Oh, yeah, I should probably change. Um, I'm also wearing a three-piece suit that's just a step nicer than his. Just noticeably, but not ostentatious.
Okay. I am Laurence Chesterfield, the headmaster. You are?
Felix Ocasio.
Well, Mr. Ocasio, I mean, if you are interested in opportunity, this is. We try and prepare these children to teach them to do their duty, mend and wash and that sort of thing, and prepare them. But, I mean, to be honest, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if they are going to be willing to work, they will make their way. But if they're not, then I suppose then we'll just see them in other places. And then he kind of just like nods knowingly at a passing constable. So
And is that what happened to that poor young lady, Carla Bell?
Oh, look.
Is it Charla or
Charla?
Charla.
I
Charla
barely
Bell?
knew Charla Bell. I mean, she did work with the children, teaching them about the mending and the washing, but I never sat down and talked with her. I honestly did not.
You just let random people come in here and...
No. I mean, I
Whatever.
oversee this whole entire concern.
Mm.
I don't.
Why don't you give me a tour of this concern?
Are you interested in investing? Taking note of your suit and such.
I am a man who seeks to provide opportunities to enterprising, intelligent, and ambitious individuals.
I see.
Are you one of these? If so, then I wouldn't want to waste your time. Of course, if you don't have any hope in this concern.
Well, I mean, I may have some interest in keeping this concern going. And, yeah. If you would like to use presence.
As an information move or
Yep.
to... Yep. All right.
Yep.
Presence. I'm gonna do one of those. Presence out of 3. That is an 11.
Okay. Wow.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see. What looks good here? Or what sounds good here? So, you are asking him for a tour of the place.
Just to get a better idea of what did Charla Bell do, are there any clues around the area? Does he keep us from that back area? Was it not part of his sort of like work site?
Well, she was found I believe she was found in the alleyway nearby.
Nearby, so whether
Like behind the school, right?
Yeah, so like is it on the premises? Is it like, well, it wasn't under my concern. She's just somebody who happened to die 5 feet from the border.
In the alleyway behind the Limehouse school, accordingly.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I mean, it was... I mean, it was in the alleyway. I mean, it's not on the premises per se. So, this not part of the concern. I mean, you are interested in what we do here, correct?
I'm more interested in the people. More interested... A place is simply a place without people to build it up, to invest, to help it grow. I mean, are you simply happy with a single building? Are you simply happy with this number of children? A dwindling supply of work and labor and growth? Or are you an enterprising individual who wants more?
Well, I mean, there is the possibility of wanting more, of course.
I mean, I could push this further, Mads, in terms of like learning more about him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which of these clues like makes sense for him to tell you about. As he's giving you this tour around the place, and then you're mentioning like, you know, like about expansion and like wanting more and everything like this. It's like he's trying to reassure you that he's definitely your guy. He's like, you know, totally interested in this, and, you know, just to not worry about that. He's totally on board for sure. And to not worry about any of these possible ridiculous rumors that you might hear. I mean, there's folks that might be around that might say strange things that they might have seen. Oh, nonsense.
Nonsense.
Yes, like something ridiculous, like a spiral of blood hanging in the air. That's ridiculous. Absolutely silly.
Truly ridiculous. Tell me more.
No, it's nothing, really. I mean, someone had said that Charla Bell had seen it before she had gone missing. And then I think one of the people at the blood and no, what the blood on the brain. Sorry, no, absolutely not. One of the regulars over at the Dog and Whistle had said something about it. But again,
I'm familiar with the Dog and Whistle.
Do not pose any truth to that rumor again. Spiral of blood hanging in the air. How ridiculous, correct? I mean, it's just some spurless rumor. That's all it is.
And to hear how you handle such spurless rumors is interesting.
Well, I mean, it comes from the Dog and Whistle. I mean, it could be just a mere drunken delusion, yes?
Yes, it is indeed a den of debauchery.
And honestly, with Charla Bell, I mean, could be something completely. I mean, she was rather a tired-looking woman. I mean, it could be sheer exhaustion on her part. It could have been something of a mere spots on the wall. I mean, some sun in her eyes. Hallucinations. And we are near the other concern here at Limehouse, unfortunately.
Jenny Johnston's concern.
Correct. I mean, all sorts of visions can come from there, I hear.
And you're a man informed about your surroundings.
I have to be. I need to know these things to know what kind of influences are going to be about. So this way, I'm ready for opportunity. And he smiles at you rather cloyingly. Yes.
All right. I think we could probably leave the scene there.
Yes, and I'm going to put down, like, the clue is side characters claim... Whoops. Because, like, it's more than one. Claim to have seen the spiral of blood hanging in the air. And that's your clue.
And if we could also get this guy as a side character.
Yes, that is Laurence Chesterfield.
Thank you.
Yep. The headmaster at Limehouse School. Yep. All right, next. Ellie, you decide you want to go head down to the docks, yes? Did you want to see Nim Granby? I mean, like, you're familiar with him too because he's worked with Mordecai, and obviously he was part of the case down at the docks. Or did you want to just go straight to the docks and find Charla's husband?
I think I want to look for Charlotte's husband.
Okay.
Since we don't know that since this is not a demon per se,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm less likely to consult Nim.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's fine.
if it was a demon, I'd say,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
buddy, friend, pal.
Yeah, help
But
me out here. Yeah. Okay. I think that I mean, you might check in with Jenny first, maybe?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and then like, she kind of directs you to Rory. But when he's pointed out to you, it's like, you see that he's like, he's doing like all sorts of work. He's a stevedore at Regent's Canal Dock. And he's covered in soot. Like he's got like patches like all over his body and like on his clothes. And when you get close to him, he's just kind of got like this real hangdog look. And he smells sour. Like either he's like, gotten into the hash or he's like, been like off of a bender off of several days, which is pretty possible because I mean his wife got killed.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
And you go up to him. So yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt your day, but
I well, you can see I'm busy, but I suppose any interruption's a bit welcome. You just, if you don't mind me, keep on while I'm doing it.
yeah, yeah, sure thing. Um, I'm looking into the terrible things that have been happening in Limehouse. And so I'm very sorry for your loss. Your wife's case is one of the ones that I and my associates are looking into.
Kind of stops and like puts the crate down that he was holding. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like old Jenny. I've even been in her establishment from time to time. It's a nice place. She even helped me and Charles out once we were having money troubles. But how much longer does my wife's body have to stay in a basement? We need to go to the authorities. Come on. She need
I
the...
I understand, but this is not a thing the authorities are well equipped to deal with.
What? She's found dead in the alley. What needs to happen? Put the body to rest.
I
Give me some
understand.
closure.
Yeah, no, it's closure we're after and keeping this from happening to anybody else. Because there's a killer out there. And we need to find this killer and stop them. And anything you can tell me about strange things that she might have told you she saw or heard, or that you've seen or heard around the neighborhood, or anything like that, might help.
Info move. The
Yep,
presence, I guess.
that makes sense to me. 11.
What's with these rolls? What the fuck? Okay. All right, let's see what we've got so far. Jesus. Okay, clues. What do we got? Anything you might have seen? Anything? Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're going off of the idea that she would have been, wrong place, wrong time, I mean, that's stupid. Same path every single day. School, home, school, home. No changes. Although, wait. What did she tell me? she saw. Wait. And he starts to pat down his pants and his big, like, shirt pockets and everything like that. He says, she showed me something once. She said she found something. What the fuck was it? She's no big artist or anything like that, but she drew something. What was it? It was this. She said she saw something. It was on the wall when she was coming home. It was getting late. The shadows were... It was like the shadows were wrong, she said. Talking over dinner. It was just really dumb. And she said she saw this, and she drew it for me. And I didn't understand what the hell I was looking at. And I took it, and I kept it. Ever since is the last things I had of hers.
Sure.
And what he pulls out is like a crudely drawn in like charcoal pencil or something like that. Crude drawings of a Roman phalanx that she had drawn on some scrap paper that she saw in one of the alleys. And she said she never saw it again. Like, it was there one evening, and then when she tried looking for it again the next night, it was gone.
That is strange.
Yeah, right. Do you know what this means?
Not yet. Not for sure. But
if you
got
can
some
convince
ideas.
Jenny to release her body and just let me take her home. I just put her to rest. Something.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I
Please.
can do.
I'd really appreciate it. I mean, finding out who the hell did it does not bring her back. Tell her that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I won't take up any more of your time, and I will talk to Jenny.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And he resumes, like, moving the boxes. Mordecai, you are over at Miswell Hill.
Yes.
Wandering about, just kind of like seeing what you can take in.
I wanted to talk to the person who wrote to us from the committee.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Whitehall. This is from Scotland Yard.
Oh, you. Oh well.
So this
Fine.
is official.
I will wear something appropriate, I guess. Well,
So
that kind of thing.
So you're going to Whitehall first, or are you going straight to
Yeah.
Miswell?
No, I'm going to the person who wrote to us to figure out there what I can, because running around in the daylight is not for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. Let's see. So, oh sure, why not? He doesn't appear in this film, but I mean, like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, maybe it comes from a good friend of ours. Friend.
Oh. Oh, my lovely inspector.
Yes.
Oh,
Pettigrew.
nice. Very good. Now I have a reason to go and talk to him.
I don't know. You may not like him.
Oh,
I don't
am
like him.
very sure I won't.
Right. So anyway, yeah. So basically, it's like, you get shown to his office. It's like, and like, fussy fellow with his room to stash and like in his office. He's actually in his office. He's not skulking about like he normally would, but you just happen to find him in his office, and he looks like he's about ready to go on his way out, especially because he sees you. And it's like, oh, Mr. Laurence, what?
Inspector, what was his name?
Pettigrew, Detective Inspector.
Yes, of course, Inspector Pettigrew.
Detective Inspector.
Are you a member of this committee for the improvement of mildew mills? Because otherwise I'm wasting my time.
I'm not. I'm merely sending along their worries and concerns.
Committee for Public Sanitation.
Yes.
Well done. I would like to talk to someone on this committee, please. Could you point me in the right direction?
They are just a general concern. They didn't give specific people that were on their committee. It's to be honest, like faceless type things. It's the kind of details that I'm not interested in. If you're to be completely honest, Mr. Laurence.
Yes, I assume that level of detail might be a little overwhelming.
And he just kind of like slowly looks into your face and goes, not overwhelming, just uninteresting.
Well, then, I've wasted my time, then, clearly.
Perhaps. If you really want to be helpful, as I was trying to send it along to Hargrave House of interest, then you can take yourself off to Miswell Hill and, I don't know, talk to the surveyor or one of
the surveyor, yes, that was who I was going to talk to. Yes, thank you, Inspector, for your time.
Busy as always.
Of course, sir. I hope you catch whatever it is you are trying to find. Good hunting. And with that, I'm leaving.
Yes.
Because I actually wanted to talk to surveyor and not this guy, but that was fun anyway. So.
Yes. So, yeah, when you make your way down to Miswell, the surveyor is someone who you can tell who it is because he is in expensive clothes. He's with his sleeves rolled up and he's holding a clipboard with copious notes.
Okay.
But his clothes are stained now because he's been here a bit. He's compiling the survey of the conditions of the working class here.
Well, I will approach him. Then this is outside, right?
Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of like in the periphery of Miswell.
Ugh. Okay, I will take my parasol with me. And then I will approach him and say, excuse me, you are the surveyor for the committee of whatever it was, public sanitation.
Not quite. I'm actually a surveyor. Sorry, my accents are completely off today. Surveyor from to compile about the conditions of the working class. And
yes, my good man, but who pays you to do that?
It's for a company in Germany. I'm publishing a manifesto based on my research.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I will not be traveling to Germany to talk to these people, so I will talk to you. Yes, I've heard about this miasma. Somebody sent us a letter and complained about it, and I was trying to figure out who blew up this, whatever that is. And I was told that you, as the surveyor, might have some information about these locales and where I might best direct my attention.
Yeah, he's young and earnest looking. Like he's got neat hair. I mean, like it's his clothes are stained, but his hair is neat, and he's got like a bushy brown beard. Um, and yeah, I mean he's just been like taking all these notes about their conditions, and yeah, it's kind of rough. And he says so. Um, I tell you, the people, they will not tolerate this brutality. The workers of this world will rise up. They have nothing to lose except their chains.
And their lives.
True too, but they will try. They have nothing. They have nothing to lose at this point.
Am I now to understand that this strange miasma has been done by these workers to corrode their chains, as it were?
No, it is something that comes from below. I don't know where it comes from.
You've seen it.
I've not seen it, but I've seen the evidence of it. It is frightening. I saw the remains of the Reverend.
Where was he found, just to satisfy my curiosity?
I think he'll show. Hold on, let me see if there's a specific thingy.
Yeah, so if I can find some residue.
Yeah, he's. Hold on. Yeah, I think he might show you to where he remembers it might have been. Like obviously it's gotten cleared up by now, but yeah, like he'll show you like kind of like around the area, like where the cobblestones, like where the cassock was and stuff. It's like it was around here, and he'll kind of point to it.
Yes. Can you hold my parasol, please?
Sure.
I have very sensitive skin. Please do not be disturbed by what happens next.
Certainly. And then he'll.
Yes, I will. I will attempt to write a salt and smoke to see what happened here.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Look, I'm rolling with sensitivity, I think.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes. Well, it's a 6. That is not what I wanted. I think I will have to don a mask.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, like if it's 6, it's bad, isn't it?
yes, quite. And I mean, it's the day move still. But I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to lose control in front of this person.
Okay.
Or in the middle here, in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, as it were. No, thank you.
Okay. All right. So mask it is. All right. So, what's the 7 to 9? So it's like you have to pick one, an effect and a thingy.
Yes. Okay. I mean, do I want to put the coven in play? I mean, is that okay with everyone, or is it too early in the
That is up to you. I mean, like it is up to you.
I want the coven. Come on, I want to see that coven.
I mean, that's a. Wait, hold on a second. Writes the salt and smoke. So effect. You pick an effect and a complication.
Yes. I apologize. The effect is that I want to observe another place and time. And I think the effect, the complication. Oh, I like this one. The magic draws immediately unwanted attention. Yes, right. I want some attention. I'm not Felix, but still, attention.
Okay, and then you're gonna pick whichever mask it is, right? And then if you do put your coven in play, then just let me know.
Please. Yes. And I've told you about what my thoughts about the coven, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, but I mean, like clarify them further if that is what you choose to do.
Yeah.
How much fun is that? Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Your observation of time, of another time. Tell me what it looks like when your entities come into play first.
Well, what you see is, since it's the daylight, it's not quite as visible what happens with the when the entities start crawling under my skin, and this weird glimmer starts mostly in the gray eye actually, but also a little in the gold. And I think to see into the past, I mean, I think the gray eye will start to bleed. That's the other thing. And then I reach out, and you can see, I mean, under the shadow of the parasol, you might at least see the glimmer on these cobblestones. These cracked little cobblestones that will crack even more, because I mean the entities will also maybe want to experience what it is like to be a cobblestone. They won't care for it, but you know.
Yeah. I think I think the detail you get. I'm gonna give this to you as a clue, just because it's like I think it's an interesting one that could give some context. I think as your entities are kind of like, bringing you to this time and place, and they're also kind of like seeing this where the reverend is like kind of bubbling down into the cobblestones, but it's the reverend that's bubbling down. Like the cloth is merely collapsing over it and not being really affected by it. It's just getting messed up because of the puddle. And then sinking into the cobblestones, you see or you sense something nearby, which is you get the sense of nearby a bottle of gin with a strange odor. And then the vision goes away, and then what happens as you come back into yourself is that you start feeling a tapping, a quick tapping on your shoulder as this fellow, Hans is his name, he starts tapping and saying, look, look! And then like you can see something rising from the drains nearby.
Oh.
And it's a fog. It is something that looks cloying and thick, and it starts to, you can feel it because of your outward senses, like kind of giving you a shielding, like, so it's not going to touch your skin, but you feel like if it will sting you very badly. So
yeah.
and Hans is trying to, like, come on, move out of the way.
Yes, I will take my parasol and move out of the way smartly. It's not like I'm running precisely.
That's what he saw, or that's what we're trying to avoid.
Yes, you should definitely try to avoid this. We both should. I will make an experiment though. I will throw a penny at the mist. See if it dissolves the penny.
It does not dissolve the penny. It just disperses, as if, like, obviously something thick is cutting through something, something solid or solid-ish. Yeah. And we're gonna cut over to Jiayi. Jiayi.
Cool.
Are you doing time and tide near here, or are you investigating a different way in Miswell?
Oh no, I'm going to the source of the water that was speaking of the Great Return.
Okay. Let's see.
Which I assume is somewhere around here.
Okay.
She will not mind going into sewers if she has to.
Okay. All right. That's what I was going to ask.
You're not supposed to, and that's fun.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because it's going to be mucky, and just wanted to know, because since Jiayi is more of a creature of nature, this is going to be like not so natural. It's going to be very, very
Yeah, I think exactly. I think like the chemical stuff is what bothers her. The gross natural stuff is less of a concern to her.
Okay. All right. So long as she's going to be somewhat, like, okay to just kind of check this out.
I mean, it's not iron, so it wouldn't like immediately kill her, I assume, unless it has like specific spirit killing properties. But if it's just chemicals, she just won't like it.
Okay. Because if you are going to be trying to get to the source necessarily, it might get toxic. So I'm just kind of wondering whether
Toxic to humans or toxic to Fae?
it
Or like
just says
spirits?
it just says toxic. So how do we want to interpret that? I'm giving you the choice. I mean, do you think it's going to be? It's definitely toxic because I mean, like we're talking toxic of the Miswell variety. So if we're saying toxic to the
Well, then it would
humans,
probably affect Jiayi, right? Unless she
yeah.
can convince it not to, but
Well, let's
if
give it
it's
a
like a
shot.
supernatural, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will cover her mouth and nose with like a very pretty stolen handkerchief.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Mike, are you okay with her having stolen one of like Felix's like many
Oh,
scarves or
yeah.
whatever?
No, like Felix has a bunch of really nice things that he just leaves strewn all over the ground. He does not care.
Exactly. And Jai is like, ooh, pretty, picking it up and then going into a sewer with it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Sure. Okay.
Perfect.
Great. Okay. So I
I
think
imagine like this beautiful like silk embroidered. It's got like, like peacock teamed on it
It's
and
traveled
stuff.
like 3 continents to get here, and it's being
Yeah.
used to go through the muck.
Yeah.
Maybe was once an emperor's, who knows?
But you know what? But it's of great quality, and it's probably thick enough to like it's solid enough and of quality enough to be able to filter through like some stuff. I'm sure it's like of excellent quality. So as you're tracing through, out of sight, this is following the Miswell stream. Out of sight, below the filthy streets and oleaginous sewers, the original course of the Miswell stream flows through a filthy stretch of tunnel. You must seek it out, trudging through the muck to reach the source of the pollution. Paint the scene, and can be for everyone. What do you see as you approach that reveals the toxic nature of the stream? It's a filthy stretch of tunnel.
This is really simple, but dead rats.
Yeah.
There are rats down in the sewers, but the ones that come down to this area don't leave again.
I think you can see a sort of fish, which is kind of alive and waddling around in the muck and so on, occasionally jumping out of the water to nibble on a rat and then going back in, and something is very wrong with this fish because it doesn't have actually scales. It has something that looks almost like skin. Yeah, might have you're not sure, but maybe it has too many eyes and an ear.
I think the air here, it kind of has that effect of when it's really hot and you look at the asphalt and you can see like the shimmering thickness of the air. It's got that effect, but it's like even thicker and it doesn't actually feel like that, but you have you feel like it should feel like viscous and like molasses, even though it doesn't. That's like how it looks.
I think that the material of the tunnel is being eaten away. Metal grates are thinning. The stonework has pock marks and smooth sections, and that there's this sheen on the surface of the water that just eats away at things.
And you see all these weird things happening as you approach the source, or like the end of this stretch of tunnel, the course of it, the source of it.
Oh, you poor thing. What have they done to you?
What do you hear as you say that? Do you say that out loud, or are you thinking
Yeah,
it?
she does. It echoes in the tunnel.
Do you reach out with your senses, or do you murmur these things and just kind of speak them out loud?
I think that she just says out loud, but she will then um bow down to this like mucky water. She is absolutely delighted by this weird ass fish. She thinks this is the greatest. And I think like maybe as it jumps again, she's like kind of follows it as it goes back down, and she won't like touch anything, but we see like that same head tilt that we saw in the flashback with her fox face, but now her human face. But it's that kind of like the same listening and watching. And I think maybe we see, I'm imagining that she is like a lantern or like some sort of light source, right? And I think in the shadows, for just a brief moment, we see in the shadows like her nine tails spread out around her as she reaches out for this thing.
Okay. So, do you want to do an information move here?
I would like to use the forest sense, actually.
Perfect.
This custom moose allows a hunter to see intent behind natural symbol presented, the language of flowers, the emotion behind a particular environment. In this case, probably the latter one.
Yeah.
When you touch, listen to, or experience something of nature, the fish and the weirdness of this place,
Yep.
roll with sensitivity.
Yeah, go for it. Please do.
With sensitivity, that is a 7.
Okay, great.
On a hit, you may ask a single question regarding what you touched, listened to, or experienced, and the keeper may answer with as much or as little detail as they wish, providing it in the form of a clue if they so choose. On a 7 to 9, as above, but the ritual leaves a mark on you, gain the condition forest for the trees. I will ask you this question.
Yeah.
Is it lashing out because it is in pain?
Ooh. Wow.
Or why is it lashing out, if you want a bit broader?
Why is it lashing out? Okay, so that's the question that I'm hearing. And go ahead and take the condition. Oh man, there's some good clues in here. Damn it. Okay. I'm going to answer with this, which is detailed but yet not. And I love this clue so much. I fled him down the nights and down the days. I fled him down the arches of the years. I fled him down the labyrinthine ways of my own mind, and in the mist of tears I hid from him and under running laughter. That is a fragment of a poem. And that is your answer.
Do I hear that or find it or okay?
No, you hear it.
Oh my, a poet.
It's as if, like, you know, as you... The fish, as they leap out, and you like, you know how fish like have that like you know, with their mouths and stuff like that. It's like they're speaking the words, but you hear the words, you know, like to you in your head, and this is what they say. And that is your clue. The complication, of course, is the condition force for the trees. And I think as you're listening to these fish, the poem in your head, I don't think you see what's coming in the shadows after you. Something's coming, and we see it as the audience, as the camp, like, you know, you're listening, and we see the back of your head, we see the reflection of your 9 tails on the wall, but then we see something coming, but you don't, and that's where we're going to leave it for next time. Yay, cliffhanger. Woohoo. So Kathleen, I know you have to head out, but I mean, if you want to put your stars and wishes into the Discord chat, so this way we're aware of, like, you know, what you liked and what you wish for next time and such. Go for it, and then we'll
I have a
continue.
minute or two. I can
Oh,
go ahead
great.
and do mine.
Yeah, please go ahead.
This once again, terrific session. I really liked the vulnerable scene with Mordecai. That I think these two genuinely like communicate in a way that maybe neither of them do with either of the others. Um, and that's nice. I enjoy that. I loved Felix giving the constable a hard time. That was just there was no reason for that except Felix being Felix. But it was fun. And Jiayi's sympathy always being with the abused nature and natural spirits over humanity is I like that flavor. It's a different approach to the horrors of the world than the rest of us have, and that that adds dimension to how we do things and how we approach problems. I love that. Uh and Mads, as always, fun stable of NPCs. Um Poor Mr. Bell. Ellie feels for him. I mean, not to be able to bury the one you love. That's painful. So she's she does she does hope that she can help him get some closure. Uh Whether that means pushing to get the body to him right away. Yeah, she might have been fudging a bit there, but she does understand and sympathize with his desire. So we'll see how things go from there. But wishes, looking forward to tangling with the Limehouse lurker. It's gonna go differently this time. Dagnabbit. And with that, I need to head out. But great fun session, and looking forward to the next one.
All right, thank you. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Bye. All right, so who's next for stars and wishes? You know how this goes.
I can go.
Okay.
Stars. I love when undeniables are literal gods slash immortals. So I love that. Oh yeah, I'm in Constantinople and I'm peacing out. Love that lore drop. Absolutely fantastic. And just like a very, very cinematic scene. Like, I really loved just like how you brought that of like starting with like just like very like cinematically coded, like downing that last glass of wine, looking up at the masterwork. Like we just like instinctively know like, oh, shit is going down outside. And then like stepping out and then having it's Constantinople reveal. Just a very, very cinematically brought. That was really cool. Yeah, absolutely loved. I loved us sort of like throughout this whole session being like, oh yeah, Jiayi just steals a bunch of shit from Felix because Felix doesn't care and has so much nice stuff that he probably doesn't even notice. Like, I'm now like fully convinced that Jiayi has like once worn an outfit of like fully stuff like that she stole from Felix, and Felix like was like just not getting it. It was like, oh, you look good, bye. Because that feels like Jiayi's troll intent, and Felix just being like, okay, cool. And I think that says a lot about like their bond, that they know they not get away with it, but it just feels like that little push and pull that they have that I think is very fun. For Mordecai, Sabine, yeah, I loved the vampire entry at the start with the flashback. I like that Mordecai he just needs everybody gone yesterday, all the time, and I think that's so funny. Just like he's so tired, he's so done with the world. Like a vampire comes in and she's like, ugh, must you though? I was like playing piano. We were having a nice time. That's so funny to me. Um, I loved you. I'm very interested in seeing the coven so early. That's really cool. I think that's going to like change it up a bit, and I'm very interested. Like that's a wish. I'm very interested in seeing how that goes and what that is going to teach us about Mordecai. Having that threat in when we really don't know anything about him yet. I think that's very cool. Mads. Yeah, I loved that end with the poem. That was very creepy, very good cliffhanger. I like that a lot. And I like how all of your cops are just absolute jerkasses for no reason. They just all suck, and I appreciate that. They just like pick beef with everyone for no reason, and like it's illegal to go outside now. Like, go fuck yourself, dude. It's just so funny to me that they are just like on site with Hargrave House, all of them. Like Pettigrew as well is like, why have you chosen this battle, my man? Why are you like this? Just endlessly delightful to me. Yeah, I like that a lot. Wishes, yeah, I want to see the coven. Um, I want to see what happens with Jiayi, Mordecai, and Nora. I would love to see her getting like some apprenticeship, and then Jiayi having to contend with, oh shit, she's like fully obsessed. This is like not great. I have a condition now, so I can start using that move and start filling up those boxes, which is interesting. Um, yeah, very interested to see. I like that we've had like so many nature-based threats so far, which is fun.
And I will say that in not every series of The Between have the cops been complete buttheads, because, I mean, in like the previous one that Mike was in, I mean, like, like Pettigrew was his best bud. I mean,
Yeah, we made Pettigrew in the lurker one, I think. We made him like really sympathetic. And then in another one, he was the father of my Selkie's daughter. Because like not as in like not
What?
biologically, not biologically,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
Oh,
like
but
she
father
gave up
figure.
her daughter. Yeah, she gave
Oh,
up her daughter to so that, she wouldn't be with the abuser that stole her pelt. So
yeah.
she gave her up and Pettigrew like adopted her, not knowing it was her
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
daughter,
yeah,
just
yeah.
like being a really good dad to her, and we were
Oh,
like,
that's
no, wait,
nice.
what?
That's amazing.
It was
Amazing.
so cute.
Yeah, that's adorable. But yeah, I mean, like, for some reason, this happens to be the series that everybody's an asshole, so it's like, oh,
It's just so
goody.
funny. It's just so funny. All the constables and all the cops are they're just on fucking site. It's so good.
Oh my god.
I mean,
The
it's not like we're
funniest would
messing with them or
be
anything.
the funniest would be is when we finally meet Lansing that he's actually like a really nice guy. That would crack me up so much.
We'll see. We'll see.
I will go next. I want to echo just opening up with the collective masks was just a nice, like, not necessarily a warm up, but it gave everyone an opportunity to have the spotlight on them. And it was just a nice peek in everyone's backstories that I really enjoyed. Going from different locations too. Like there was this through line of just well, I guess that's the problem. Just being isolated and finding a moment's peace. Whatever isolation meant in that moment for Mordecai, it was being among people and finding that peace in the music. I enjoyed the scene at the Limehouse school, just being able to play off of this very particular guy who's like, I'm not greedy, but like if you're willing to pay into this, like I'm willing to work with you. It's like, okay, this is someone Felix could get his hooks into. I also enjoy seeing Jiayi nature defender. One wish would be to continue to see more of this, especially given this like emerging idea that the problem is kind of London, that it is this blight that because it's grown so much. Last session we had this idea of London being big and empty and just being this husk that eats. So that was kind of cool. I also enjoyed Mordecai going out and planting a tree and wrestling with it and acknowledging, yeah, this is kind of hard and I wanted to handle it myself. One wish is that Jiayi be able to take some of those mutated fish that she's just enamored with and put them in the garden, like in like this mutated koi pond or whatever, and we just start building a menagerie of just threats in Hargrave House. That would be fun. And yes, no, please have Jiayi continue to raid Felix's closet and use his room as additional storage for whenever she shoplifts. Like, we're gonna be buddies. And yeah, another wish would be to buddy cop with someone else, just to have a scene and be able to play off of someone else as well. And that's it.
I'm last. I really like the mask scene at the start. That was fun. I liked all of them. Like Jiayi, I think felt very much younger in that forest and being forced away from there. That's kind of really sad. And also explains a lot about why she is what she is like. So I love Felix sitting on the wall. Like, even if you had asked me, I would not help you because, well, I don't feel like that. That was fun. Also, I liked him messing with the constable. Yeah, and what else did I like? I liked the whole scene where all the cops were assholes. Basically, it was fun to me. And yeah, I also liked Ellie with that widower. That was like showing again that she is probably the nicest person in this group, by far. And yeah, wishes wise, I wonder if the ritual I did does have more repercussions. And of course, I also want to see what the coven, yeah, will be up to because, yeah, well, they're not my friends.
I'll need more drawn out details to help me,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
bring
Yeah.
those out because I can't wait now. This is gonna be fun.
Uh-huh.
Yay!
I never got to do the coven with my vessel, and I'm very sad. So I'm very excited to see the coven so early.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
this is gonna
mean,
be berserkers.
I'm a little greedy, so I want this. I for sure want to see this coven.
You
Yeah.
are so correct. We
I
like literally yesterday on the server, we were like about how my energy is like kick in the door and just shout. And it's like, this is why, because when I am patient, I don't get the things I want. So you should just go full steam ahead and don't
Yeah.
ever wait for anything.
Yeah, I
I need
mean,
more of that energy in my life because it's like I wait too long and I'm too slow burn and I can't explain myself. I don't know what I want. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, like I think it's hilariously funny, especially because it's like when you throw things in early, then you get to see a dimension to it that adds to whatever the hell's already in play that you may not get to see when everything else has already started to complete or wrap up, and then you're just doing these extra threats as extra threats to finish up before you do Mastermind, which is how it's happened in my previous series. So this is going to be different energy. It's a completely different thing, and then also tying in with whatever's going on with my Mastermind, which is even more hilarious. So
oh,
yeah,
wow, okay.
there is a tie-in. Like there's an underlying
Ooh,
tie-in
oh no.
still. So I mean, like
Oh no.
I'm excited.
Oh
Goddamn,
no.
I'm confusing myself. It's gonna be great. So I thank
That's
you all for
fine.
these ideas
Yeah.
because this is all writers' room. This is
Mhm.
all writers' room stuff. Again, the masks at the very beginning were all brilliantly done from everybody's it's basically beautiful vignettes from your different lives and then just put together as this is interpreting this mask that I made for the threat, and you all drew out your stories so differently, but so beautifully as well. And I appreciate you for it. It's like so gorgeous. So definitely stars all around for all of that. Yeah, I mean, Ellie's interaction with the widower Rory Bell was incredible. Very, very sympathetic and very, understanding. And then, like, just Jiayi's energy with especially coming after that mask. Like, we really understand now, like, why she wants to deal with these nature-based threats the way she does, because we saw that part of her history. So even more dimensional, and I love this. I love this so much. And then Mordecai with with the tree, and then dealing with the miasma. I mean, like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna try to take the bull by the horns and like try to find out what the hell's going on, or what happened in the past. And well, you kind of found out, but when you fuck around and find out, then you really do fuck around and find out. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I didn't even get a condition, so.
Yeah. Although you should, because you
so I
got 7 to
should.
9. Yeah, that's
Shouldn't
my
I?
fault. I keep on forgetting to do that. Yeah, I have to figure that out.
Yeah, okay.
I'm slow on doing that, so I have to
I'm-
you condition and then
I'm not sad that I didn't get a condition.
yeah.
I mean, not overly sad.
Yeah, but maybe it'll be tied in with the coven coming into play. So we'll see how this goes. And then of course Felix and Ellie are like rolling so brilliantly. They don't have to worry about it. But like, yeah, Felix's able handling of Chesterfield, and then getting some information out of him was really cool too. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a really good session today, and I appreciate you all for it. It's good sometimes when it's like it cuts me short, so it's cool that we were able to do this and get a lot done in a shorter session. So I look forward to next session. Like, hopefully I can still keep the energy going, and even though it'll be longer, then we'll just get whatever we need to get done. So if you are knowing that you are unable to make it to future sessions for whatever reason, for whatever specific date, just make sure that you let me know, and then we can put it into the session tracker, and then we will be set. Let's see, just making sure.
I actually won't be here for next session, so I'll put that in right away.
Please. Okay. I'll check in with Kathleen, because if it's 2 people out, then we may not play for that 17th. We'll see. Yeah, we'll double check on that. Yep. Okay. So, in which case, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy gaming for whatever you got going on for the week, and I will see you whenever next time is. Okay? So thank you all. Thank you all very much.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.